listening to I Love Old Time Radio with your host, Virtual Vinny. Welcome to a new month here on I Love Old Time Radio. Welcome, Old Time Radio fans. I'm your host, Virtual Vinny. You can interact with us via social media on Facebook at I Love Old Time Radio and on Twitter at I Love OT Radio. You can send feedback to us via the contact form on our website at iloveoldtimeradio.com. You can also anonymously tell us what you think of the show by filling out our survey at iloveoldtimeradio.com/survey. I Love Old Time Radio produces a new show every Monday through Friday, each day with a different theme. Game shows are on Fridays, and that means you bet your life. No winner last week, so the big question is worth $3,000. This episode aired February 25th, 1948.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody mentions the word radio at any moment during the next half hour, he gets $250 in cash immediately.
Really?
You bet your life. Elgin American, creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, finest dresser sets, present Groucho Marx in the new comedy quiz series, You Bet Your Life, produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here's that sterling Elgin American, the one, the only...
That's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again, ready and eager to give $3,000 to one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first to try for it?
Well, just before we went on the air, the audience selected a housewife and a trash collector. And here they come, Mrs. Celestia Cook and Mr. Dale Frick. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for Elgin American Compacts. We're happy to have you with us tonight. And I'll give $250 in cash immediately to the first one who says the secret word. Now then, it's a household word, something you turn on and off. What is it?
Light. Radio.
He said it. Right, you said it. You got yourself $250, huh? It was radio and you said it, so you win $250 in cash from Elgin American Compacts. Congratulations, and here's your $250, and on top of that, you can still win that $3,000, you know. This fellow doesn't fool around at all. Well, let's see. Where were we when the bell rang? Oh, yes. So you're a trash collector, huh? Also collect money, I see, huh? Well, we've got a lot in common. I've been down in the dumps all morning. Where are you from? Where are you from,
South
Dick?
Dakota.
South Dakota? And what neighborhood do you work in in your profession?
In Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills, huh? Is the trash better there than it is in the house? My Uncle Julius carries the trash at our house. Sometimes he has such a load he can barely stagger out to the curb.
Say, Groucho, we have some ideal gifts for these folks. Mrs. Cook, here's a beautiful Elgin American compact with a jewel-like finish. And for Mr. Frick, a handsome cigarette case by Elgin American. Thank you.
Where are you from, Mrs. Cook?
Oh, my home is Philadelphia. I was born there.
I see. You're born in Philadelphia, right? Would you mind standing on a box so you can get your voice a little higher? Are you married, Mr. Frick?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Any little odds and ends at home?
3.5-year-old son.
3.5-year-old son. Well, how did you get to be a trash collector?
Well, I needed a job pretty bad, and I went over and put in my application, and I got the job.
Mm-hmm. And Mrs. Cook, just what do you consider trash?
Oh.
Please don't get personal. What do you throw in your trash can? Let's put it that way.
Oh, old things that aren't any good, useless, worn out.
That's me, Groucho Marx. Well, let's get ready to play You Bet Your Life. In just 1 minute, you'll have your chance to win $3,000. But first, George Fenneman has a question to ask.
Have you looked at your compact lately? You'd be surprised how critically other people look at it. A The glorious new Elgin American Compact praises your taste. Today, your compact is an important fashion accessory, and for your sake, it must be up to date. More Elgin American Compacts are in circulation because they do more for a woman's smartness. Designs are exquisitely individual. The finish is jewel-like in beauty, longer-lasting in service. The clasp and every detail are perfection. Yet for all this, Elgin American Compacts are priced from just $2.95. Tomorrow, get the compact that says all the right things for your taste. A glamorous new Elgin American Compact.
Now, let's see if you're going to be tonight's winning couple and get the chance at the $3,000 question. Mrs. Cook, if you win it, what will you do with your hair?
Well, having a daughter that's studying medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, I think it will come in very handy.
Well, I should think it would. Huh? And, Mr. Frick, what about you?
I have a 3.5-year-old son, as I told you, and we live in a house trailer, and I would like to buy him a home.
Well, I would... $1,500 would certainly be a step in the right direction, wouldn't it? Well,
Say.
Fenneman, tell these folks the rules.
All right. Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple who earns the most money gets a chance at the $3,000 question. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what goes on here until it's their turn.
All right, here we go. Now, let's see how high you can build your $20. Mr. Frick, what question category did you select?
The nicknames of states.
Nicknames of states. Now, your first question pays even money. You bet 10, make 10. How much of your $20 will it be? Talk right up now. Talk right up loud. Let everybody hear it. People are listening all over America.
15.
$15, all right? All right, what state is known as the Bluegrass State? Now, you can help each other with the answer.
Kentucky.
Kentucky is right.
And they're on their way, Groucho. They now have $35.
All right, you got $35. Your second question also pays even money. Mr. Frick, how much of your $35 will you bet?
We got 30.
Talk right up now.
30.
Talk right loud now, right in here. $30 you're going to bet? Oh, gamblers, huh? All right, here it is. What state is known as the Hoosier State?
Indiana.
Indiana is correct.
And that puts them at $65.
Your third question pays 2 to 1. Bet 10, make 20. Mr. Frick, how much will it be?
We're going to 60.
How much of your $65 you're going to bet?
60.
You're going to try 60, huh? All right, here we go now. What state is known as the Keystone State?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania!
And that correct answer puts them at $185, Groucho.
All right, here it is, your last chance to beat the other couples. Your last question pays 3 to 1. Bet 10, make 30. Mr. Frick, how much of your $185 will you bet?
Should we be
Now, this is 3 to 1. You can win a lot of money here.
That's right.
How much?
Let's 180 or 185. The whole shoot.
All right, which will it be?
180 is like
$180.
$180? All right, she's running this team now. All right, here it is. What state is known as the Beehive State?
Utah.
Utah is correct.
And they wind up with a grand total of $725.
You've been a charming couple. Thanks and good luck from Elgin American Compacts.
Well, maybe the next couple will say the secret word, too, Groucho. It's radio. Okay, boys, bring them in from off stage. Just before we went on the air, we asked for any young people who'd like to get married, but who haven't found the right mate. And here comes the couple selected for the audience. Miss Madeline Ferguson and Mr. Homer Morrison meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome. Well, 2 reckless children, huh? Welcome for Elgin American Compacts. And I'll hand over 250 smackers instantly to the one who says the secret word. It's a household word, something you turn on and off. What is it?
Switch.
Light.
Switch? Light? No, I'm sorry. Well, keep talking. Maybe you'll say it later. Miss Ferguson, where you from?
Santa Ana.
What's your hometown, Homer?
Well, I live in Vernon, Texas.
Vernon, Texas?
Yes.
So, you want to get married, Homer? You want to get
yes,
married? You want to get married, huh? What sort of a person are you looking for?
Oh, girl.
Good. Well, Homer, I must say you're very discriminating. And what is your dream girl like, Homer?
Oh, about 5, 6. And fairly well stacked.
I remember when stack meant 3 wheat cakes. Now, if you're both serious about finding life partners, perhaps I can be of some help. Tell me, Homer, how old are you?
26.
Mm-hmm. And Madeline, how old are you?
23.
23. How old do you estimate I am?
Oh, in the neighborhood of 40.
Well, that's the right neighborhood. Unfortunately, I left there some time ago. About 80 years ago.
Say, Groucho, I think this is a good time to give these beautiful presents to our young guests. For Madeline, a sterling silver Elgin American compact of lasting beauty. And for Homer, a handsome sterling silver cigarette case by Elgin American.
Madeline, have you ever come close to getting married?
Once.
What about you, Homer? Have you ever been engaged?
No.
26 years old from Texas and never been engaged? You ever have a steady girl? Couple, huh? Well, what do you mean by steady?
Well, I mean, that's the only girl I'd be going with at that time.
I see. Well, what happened to these 2 girls? They got onto you? Didn't want to live in Texas, or what was it, huh?
Well, I don't know. I was going with a couple other girls besides, and...
Now, let me get this straight. You were going with 2 girls, and you were going with 2 other girls at the same time?
Well, the
and the second 2 objected to you going to the first? Some girls are so unreasonable, aren't they? How many children would you like to have, Homer?
I'd like to have, 4 or 5 boys.
5 boys you'd like, huh? How does that sound to you, Madeline, huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Makes a basketball team. You like basketball?
No, I like football better.
Oh. Madeline, how about tug of war? There's 20 on each side. Well, you're pretty well matched. I've done everything I can to bring you 2 together, except one thing. Homer, would you mind moving a little closer there? No, over toward you. It's a good thing this is leap year. I can see who's going to have to do the proposing around here. Me. Now, Homer, if you did find the right girl, how would you ask her to marry you? Pretend that Madeline here is a girl. That wouldn't require much imagination. A girl who's stacked like wheat cakes. Well, that's what you implied, Homer. Huh? Well, go on. How would you propose to her, huh? Let's see.
Well, I'd just say, darling, I love you. Will you marry me?
Well, Madeline, this is your chance. Madeline Ferguson, what do you say now?
I don't know.
Take all the time you want, Madeline. He's hooked anyway, eh? I got 12 million witnesses who'll swear he asked you to marry him. Well, I think you 2 make a dreamy couple. Now you're going to play You Bet Your Life for $3,000. Madeline, what would you do with the money if you 2 win it?
I'd buy my mother a good set of false teeth, for one thing.
And where will your half go, Homer?
Well, I'll give the government back what I owe them on a GI loan.
Well, the government is rooting for you tonight, Homer. I can see Snyder and all those boys just waiting and watching to see what the answers are going to be. Now, you've got to run your $20 into more than our other couples, and you get the chance at the $3,000 question. Now, I can't tell you how much the first couple won, but George Fenneman's upstage to remind our listeners.
The housewife and the trash collector wound up with $725.
All right, now here we go. Now let's see how high you can build your $20. Homer Morrison, what question category did you select?
A.
Well, what was that?
It was revival of
Yesterday's song
hits.
Yes, that's right. All right, now your first question pays even money. You bet 10, make 10. Homer, how much of your $20 will it be?
15.
That's fine.
Fine. Madeline, okay. Stan Myers and his boys will play an old hit recently revived. Now, you tell me the name of the song, and you can help each other now. Just go ahead. Tell me the name of the song. I wonder who's kissing her now is right.
There they go, Groucho. They now have $35.
All right, you now have $35. Your second question also pays even money. Madeline, how much of your $35 will you bet?
25.
25? Anything you want. Anything up to 35. Here it is. This is another old favorite that was first popular in 1927. Play, Stanislaus. You can help her now.
Best things in life are...
Best things in life are free.
They now have $60, Groucho.
All right, you now got $60. Your third question pays 2 to 1. Bet 10, make 20. All right, here it is. This song, how much will it be?
50.
50? All right with you, Madeline?
All right.
He's jumping in. He doesn't even ask you anymore, huh? $50? Okay, here we go. This song also was recently revived. You give me the title. Stan and his boys will give you an idea of how it goes.
Four-leaf clover.
Four-leaf clover is right.
They now have $160.
Now you've got $160. Here it is. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. The last question pays 3 to 1. Bet 10, make 30. Bet 10, make 30. 3 to 1. You got 160. You could win 520. No coaching, please, because you know how much the other couples won. Let them decide for themselves. How much will it be?
We didn't have any when we got here.
All right. Homer says they didn't have anything when they got here. They might as well leave the same way. That's a real Texan for you. All right, here we go. What is the name of the song recently revived that actually dates back to 1921? It goes like this. Peggy O'Neill is right.
And they wind up with a grand total of $640, Groucho.
Well, you've got $640, and if you two wind up at the altar, be sure and send me an invitation. Thanks and good luck from Elgin American Compacts. Now, in just 1 minute, our last couple will play You Bet Your Life. And then we'll know who gets the chance at the $3,000 question. Now, George Fenneman with some sound fashion logic.
Every woman needs three. 3 compacts, of course. 1 Elgin American compact for streetwear, 1 for dressier daytimes, and 1 for evening. Like street shoes with a dinner dress, the wrong compact throws your costume completely off key. Elgin American compacts make your fashion harmony their business. Sets of 3 exquisite Elgin American compacts cost as little as $9.95 at leading jewelry stores, department stores, and specialty shops. Or you can select your own 3 styles for your threesome box. Only Elgin American offers so many designs for every fashion need. Don't be caught off-key with just 1 compact. Tomorrow, for smartness' sake, get the 3 compacts every woman needs. 3 new, fashion-minded Elgin American compacts. For daylight, twilight, starlight.
We'll soon know who's going to earn the most money tonight and earn the chance at the $3,000 question. George, introduce our final couple.
They've been in a waiting room off stage, so of course they don't know the secret word is radio. Bring them in, boys. Boy Scout Tony Lager and Scoutmaster Dick Campbell meet Groucho Marx.
Greetings, gentlemen, greetings. I'm happy to see you both. And I'll give $250 to the first one who tells me the secret word. It's a household word, something you turn on and off. What is it? Huh? You said the secret word, it was radio, and you said it, so you win $250 in cash from Elgin American Compact. So Tony, what are you going to do with that 250 smackers?
Well, I don't know for sure. I think I'll probably save it for my college education.
Well, on top of that, you can still win that $3,000, you know. Well, let's see. Where were we when the bell rang? Oh, yes. Your name is Tony Lager, huh?
Yes, sir.
Lager, huh? You got a good head on your shoulders, huh? Well, you can't have your cake and eat it, huh? That's lager. That's a beer, you know. So you're a scout, huh? You're a scout, huh, Tony? What kind of a scout are you?
Life Scout.
A what?
Life Scout.
A live scout, huh?
Life. L-I-F-E.
Life scout? What do you do, read Life every week? How old are you, Tony?
14 years.
What does your father do, huh?
He's a doctor.
And what does your mother do?
She helps my dad in the office.
In the office, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What does she do? Answer the phone, say the doc will be right over, and he comes 3 days later? What do you want to be when you grow up?
An architectural draftsman.
Boy, you really got it laid out, haven't you? What an architectural draftsman? What, are you going to make plans for houses, huh?
Yes, sir.
And then you have to go out and look at the foundation, too, and that kind of stuff.
Well, not the architectural draftsman.
You have nothing to do with building the house, huh?
No, just planning what the house is going to be.
Well, apparently nobody has anything to do with building a house. Have you got a part-time job now?
No, sir.
Nothing. You're just a bum, huh? When I was a boy, I always wanted a Stanley steamer. I worked and I finally got one. Yesterday.
Groucho, I'd like to present the perfect gifts for our two guests. A smartly designed Elgin American compact for each of them.
That's the perfect gift for a Boy Scout and a Scoutmaster. You mean they could put a needle in there and use it for a compass?
No.
Now, Mr. Campbell, you're still awake over here, I presume. Had quite a joust here with the boy here. Now, aside from being a Scoutmaster, what's your occupation?
I'm a banker.
A banker? What kind of a bank is you work in? I mean, you work there at night or during the day? What kind of banking do you do?
I make loans.
Make loans? Well, how are you fixed right now? You got... And would I have to bring my kid for security? Tony, what grade are you in at school?
I'm in the A9 now.
What subject do you dislike most in school? Outside the teacher, I mean.
English.
English? No, it's a very complicated subject, but an extremely interesting one, I think.
Well, in literature, it is interesting.
Well, it's interesting. You'll find it comes in very valuable to you all through your life. Because people are judged by their conversation. That's why he wouldn't lend me the money, you mean. Well, tell me, if you were running the school, Tony, what changes would you make? Would you make any changes?
Well, I'd put a swimming pool in.
In the classroom?
Uh-huh.
That'd be
And
nice.
I'd have all women teachers under 25.
Oh, brother, what an architect he's going to make. Tell me, why did you join the Scouts, Tony?
Well, it's an interesting organization. It's a lot of fun.
And what's the slogan of the Boy Scouts?
Do a good turn daily.
And do you do a good turn every day?
To the best of my knowledge.
And how is your knowledge? For example, what are some of the good deeds that you've done recently?
Well, dried the dishes, and I've helped with the chores around the house. And I've said kind words to my buddies at school. Let them have the answers to the algebra problem.
Tony, you've got a slight streak of larceny in you. Well, I think you're both a couple of good scouts, and I'd like to compliment Scoutmasters who are devoting their time to making American men like you out of American boys like Tony. Now, let's see if you can be the high winners for the night and earn the chance at the $3,000 question. And you're the last couple to play, you bet your life. Now, you beat the other two couples, and you get the $3,000 question. Can't tell you how much they won, but George Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners.
The housewife and the trash collector are high so far with $725.
All right, now here we go. Now let's see how high you can build your $20. Mr. Campbell, what question category did you select?
That one about the occupation of artists or
Profession of writer, painter, sculptor, or musician. All right, here's your first question. Pays even money, you bet 10, make 10. Mr. Campbell, how much of your $20 will it be?
Let's bet 10.
10? All right, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Here it is. What was Frederick Chopin? Writer, musician, painter, or sculptor?
Musician.
You can help each other with the answer. Musician is right. Tony's right, and they're on their way with $30, Groucho. All right, you got $30. Your second question also pays even money. Tony, how much of your $30 will you bet?
We'll bet 20.
20, eh? It just leaves the banker on one side here, huh? Here it is. What was Francisco de Goya? G-O-Y-A. Francisco de Goya.
Explorer?
I'm sorry, the answer is painter.
They missed that one, Groucho. They now have $10.
All right, your third question pays 2 to 1. Bet 10, make 20. Mr. Campbell, how much of your $10 will it be?
We better bet 5.
5? Here it is. What is Joe Davison?
No.
What is Joe Davison?
Sorry, I don't know.
Oh, that's a catastrophe. He's a sculptor.
And they now have $5, Groucho.
All right, here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Your final question pays 3 to 1. You bet 5, you can make 15. Now, Tony, how much will you bet?
We'll shoot the works.
Shoot the works, huh? Well, that's a sound of despair if I ever heard one, huh? All right, here it is. What is Grant Wood?
Painter?
Painter is right.
And they wind up with a total of $20, Groucho, which means that the big winner for tonight is the trash collector and the housewife with $725.
Congratulations, congratulations. In just 30 seconds, I'll ask them the $3,000 question. George, what have you got on your mind?
Remember, your compact adds to or subtracts from the smart impression every woman wants to make. 1, 2, 3 new Elgin American compacts. The 3 every woman needs will keep you in complete fashion harmony when you're dressed in streetwear, dressier, or evening apparel. That's why women who care always carry Elgin American compacts. And here's the winning couple, the housewife and the collector.
Here's the $3,000 question from Elgin American Compacts. Good luck. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so talk it over thoroughly. Here it is for $3,000 in cash. We all know that Mackenzie King is Prime Minister of Canada. But can you tell me, who is the Governor General of Canada? His name is familiar to everyone.
Alexander.
Mr. Frick, what is the answer you two decided on?
Alexander.
That's right, Alexander. That's right, Alexander. Field Marshal Viscount Harold Alexander. And you win $3,000 in cash. Wait a minute. More than that. You won $725 on the quiz and $250 on the secret word. Why, you won $3,000 between you. You won $3,975 in cash from Elgin American Compact. Wowee! Tell me now that you won all this money, what are you going to do with your $1,500?
I'm going to help my daughter at the University of Pennsylvania.
And Mr. Frick, you won a lot of trash here tonight. What are you going to do with your $1,500?
I'm going to try to find that home.
Well, I hope you succeed. Congratulations again from Elgin American Compact.
Be sure to tune in every Wednesday night for You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx. Next week, the big question pays $1,000. You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed in Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan, music by Stanley Myers, and presented by the creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, and finest dresser sets, Elgin America.
Good night, folks. Have you looked at your compact lately?
Welcome back. Wow, big winners on this show. $3,975, which means next week's big question goes back to $1,000. And I almost thought they were going to give that scout a cigarette case from Elgin American. The boy mentioned he was a Life Scout, and if you're unfamiliar with the Scouts as I am, the Life Scout is the second highest rank attainable, above Star and below Eagle. To become a Life Scout, Tony would need to be an active scout, serve in a position of responsibility for 6 months, and perform 6 hours of community service. He would have to earn 5 merit badges for a total of 11 badges. Finally, he would have to pass a Scoutmaster's conference and a board review. Well, that's going to do it for our program. You can find I Love Old Time Radio on iTunes, the Google Play Store, and on Stitcher. You can listen to us on your Alexa device through TuneIn. Please take the time to rate us and leave a comment as well. It really does help. Like us on Facebook at I Love Old Time Radio. Follow us on Twitter at I Love OT Radio. Comments and questions can be directed to our website at iloveoldtimeradio.com. If you'd like to help support this show, you can do so at iloveoldtimeradio.com/support. The Shadow returns on Monday, and Groucho will be back